Hello everyone, in this video we will talk about Symbolic Math Toolbox in Matlab. In Matlab you can do everything with numbers or with variables, but in math we usually use symbols instead of numbers or variables, and a Symbolic Math Toolbox in Matlab provide us to use symbols in Matlab. To use symbols in Matlab, you need to install a Symbolic Math Toolbox add-on in your Matlab environment. After you install it, let's define a symbol. Let's define some symbols in here. Let's say X, Y, A, and B. Right now, as you can see in the workspace, we have some symbols, and their classes are symbol. And we can create some expressions, some symbolic expressions. For example, what are they? Let's say E equals to x squared plus 1. Right now I have an x squared plus 1. This is an expression, and you can use that expression in anywhere. For example, let's create a function fx equals e plus x over 3 minus x and plus 1. Right now, as you can see, instead of e, Matlab used that expression, which is x squared plus 1, and I had plus 1 here too, and my constant becomes plus 2. And let's create another function, and let's continue with it. Let's use that function. Let's use f1. The answer will be 3. How? 1 over 3 will be 1 plus 1 square is 1, and minus 1 here is 0, and 1 plus 2 becomes 3. And if you use f2, right now 2 over 3 is 8, 2 square is 4, 8 plus 4 12, and minus 2 10, plus 2 12. The result is 12. Okay, let's change our function with fx is equal to x plus 1 multiply x minus 1. As you can see, I have a function like that, but I don't like this expression like here. I want to simplify that, so I can use simplify function for my f function. Let's use it. Yes, I have x squared minus 1, which is the simplified version of my function f. Let's clear our window. And to find the roots of my function or of my any expression, I can use solve. Let's remember my last function, and we can see that the roots of that function are minus 1 and 1. Let's used solve function for my f, and the result will be the roots, which are -1 and 1. It's really good. And if you notice that it's similar to polynomials in Matlab, but there is a little bit different. In polynomials, you can only use polynomial variables, which is x squared, x over 2, x over 3, x over 4, or a constant. But in a function, in an expression in here, let's say fx, you can use any mathematical function, which is, for example, sine. I can use a sine here, sine 2. If I say solve f, this time my root is 0. Why? The sine 0 is 0. And I can create a function with multiple variables. So I can use that function as the same way with the function with only one variable. If I use 1 for x and 2 for y, the result will be 5. And in Symbolic Math Toolbox, you can use differentiation and integration. To use the differentiation, let's create a function. Fx is equal to x over 3 minus 2 times x squared and plus sine x. And to differentiate that function, I can use a diff function, and I will give my f function as a parameter in here, and the result will be the first derivative of my function. And as you can see here, the derivative of sine is cosine, and the derivative of 2x squared is minus 2x squared is minus 4x, and the derivative of x over 3 is 3x squared. This is easy. And if you use diff function to get differentiation of my function f, I can use a number here. This time, this function will return the second derivative of my function, which is my second derivative becomes 6x minus sine x minus 4. If I use third derivative, the result will be 6 minus cosine x. And if you use fourth, right now I only have sine x. Let's clear my window. Let's remember my function f, and I also can use the integration. Let's use it. To use integration, I can use int function. In that int function, I will use my f function, and it will return integration of my f. And as you see in here, the integration of sine x is minus cosine x. The integration of minus 2x squared is x over, not this, is minus 2x over 3 over 3. And the integration of x over 3 is x over 4 divided by 4. And how about if we use a function with multiple variables, which is f, x, and y? Right now I have x multiply y minus x square y over 3, and I can give it a constant, and I can write x multiply sine y. Oops, I forgot some sign here, and let's say plus. Right now I have a function with two variables, and if I want to differentiate that function, I can use a diff function with f. If I click enter, you will see that a first derivative of f with respect to x. Why x? Because x is the first variable of my function. If I use f and x right like that, it will return the same result. But if I want to get derivative of f with respect to y, I can use y in here, and then my result will be x minus 3x squared y squared plus x cos y. And you can also fy, but this time you can get second derivative and third derivative and fourth, fifth. And because of I have sine and cosine, you can do it, you can increase it forever. And at the same way, you can use int function, which is integration, with respect to x or with respect to y. And this is the end of our video. This video is a little bit short because this is supposed to be in the previous video, but the previous video was too long and I need to divide it. And see you in the next video. Bye.